my friends outside there. Sometimes it becomes almost impossible for one to really do what he's set up to do. The network problem in our area sometimes makes it somehow very difficult for us to really reach out to, especially telling them how excited we are about this situation in TBC. Sometimes when you are busy, dragging, struggling just to make things work out, all your excitement and the drive you have for getting things done properly, you fade away. But notwithstanding, the topic is such an interesting one that nonetheless we try as much as we can to look into it. Today is Tuesday, the 7th day of August 2018, and this remains my humble self, Amici, one of the many voices in TBC. So I've chosen this very topic, understanding TBC concepts. I'm going to be reading word for word, especially as it will help us to really flow along. First, I have to start with one of Randy Wilson's quote that says, stand for something or fall for anything. Randy made that statement about a year ago, but he, he never knew the impact that such statement has had on me, especially when it comes to staying put in my beliefs in TBC. Prior to that, I have been able, sorry, prior to that, I used to run here and there. This opportunity come, I grab it, this all come, I grows and things like that. I run around. But everything was made, stand for something or fall for anything. I discovered that I really have to stand up for something. Yes, so many things are happening, but it depends on you as a person. What do you really want to do? Because there are so many things to be done. So let's not digress too much on that. I'll be reading word for word in here because I've really taken time to write it out, but network related issues kept me up, and even the way you see me now, I'm just trying to get myself back. But notwithstanding, let's go. Understanding the concept of TBC. TBC is a system, and for anyone to succeed in a system, you must follow the system. I've heard this said many times, that system. You have to follow the system. Yes, if you want to be useful in that system, follow along. And to be able to follow the system, you must be ready to learn from those who follow the system. Do we get that? We must be ready to learn from those who follow the system and not necessarily those who go about or just comfortable talking about the system. Today we have so many people talking different things about TBC. We have positive ones, we have negative ones. So it is left for us now to choose where we belong. And if you belong rightly, you find out that most of the things that people are complaining that is hard, it is not hard, especially when you are able to study things out and ask necessary questions and follow through. If we understand TBC concept, we'll appreciate it that there are so many other businesses around us today, but to see anyone that we can really say that is like TBC is yet to come up. Though it may come, but it is yet to come. Why do I say that? I'm saying that because learning and seeing the beauties in the system is making me to stand on what I believe in. So for anyone to understand the context or the concept of TBC, you have to learn the rules and strive to know why TBC makes sense in the first place. For you to really believe in what you're doing in TBC, you have to strive very hard to learn why the billion coin ideology makes sense. If you understand why it makes enough sense, nobody will talk you out of the system. Understanding TBC concept is such a good move that with it, one could be able to really do what he set out to do in the community. So with this in mind, I'm fully equipped. We'll be able to follow along with the flows. Yes, if we equip ourselves that what we are doing is not just what we are forced to do or what we are doing because others are doing, but really we are doing it because we have reason for doing what you're doing. Hardly will anyone take you off. So if you understand the concept of TBC, we will make reasonable impact on those who want to understand and those who want to learn about it. So as we go ahead, what is TBC like? I came up with something because I've really thought over and over about it, and I come up with this. Said TBC is an idea in someone's mind, just like music and other great inventions which sprang up in people's mind and later become by people for various reasons. Especially, they embrace those little things that came up from people's mind or sprang up from people's mind because those ideas became useful to them. TBC was an idea that came up in admin's mind, looking at how similar things, other cryptocurrencies, especially the pioneer of them or Bitcoin, sprang up. It was started by somebody. Today, it has spread. Why do people buy ideas of other people? It's because those ideas are helpful. Why are we using vehicle today? We use vehicle because we have seen the need, we have seen the usefulness. So likewise, other inventions, whether big or small, even the we are using today, sprang up from someone's mind and it has circulated. Virtually everything is all about the ability to think out and present what you thought out to the people and see how useful it is. And you have to demonstrate it. So, in a nutshell, TBC is demonstrating to us that the easiness of doing business, the easy way of doing transactions, how much better it is to transact with than fiat currencies. We are beginning to see it. So, people are buying the idea because it makes sense. TBC is money and used by those who understand and appreciate the values. Those who appreciate the value of TBC, they are doing all it could to make sure that the news spread and goes around. We also want to understand that TBC is peer-to-peer transactions, not like other cryptocurrencies. But we have to know that TBC is standing on its own. No other one comes closer to it. So when we talk about TBC, we talk about something different from all aspects. Like other cryptocurrencies, we want to know that digital currencies are different from fiat money, which is generally acceptable. People accept fiat currencies easily, but not so. Even the so-called Bitcoin, not all have come to know about it. Out of billions of people in the world today, just about 20 million can boast of knowing anything about digital currencies, which is the way forward and which is where things is happening presently. So why do we really have to think much about the concept of TBC or other cryptocurrencies, especially TBC? We have to understand it. Other cryptocurrencies, they came on board, but still they cannot be able to sustain themselves. But TBC, we want to understand that it's a private currency, while fiat currency are public tender. Do we get the point very clear? TBC is a private currency, fiat currency, private tender. So, in other words, we can say that technology is giving us the right to our own money, the right to do things, the right to believe what we want to believe and actually pursue it because it is better. We use the internet today because we have seen the usefulness. Yes. So having TBC and having fiat money, they are two different things. It's matter of choice. So that, but the fact that you are using this doesn't stop you from using the other one. We've been given instances that we have public places and we have private places. So when we have private places, it will enable us to really comport ourselves very well. So you should have right to your privacy. There's no doubt about it. Anyone who comes to deny you your right of privacy, I don't think whether the person really have or know exactly what he or she is doing. So it's your right to have your privacy. Why? Because privacy gives you good measure of freedom. When you join TBC and do transaction on the platform, you will appreciate what I mean when I talk about freedom and privacy. You understand that for admin to come up and say, pay $10 charge for your transactions, for your or back office and other things, you find out that Private currency. The private of everything is very clear. It is there you express yourself. It is there you really show how you feel. When you are in private, you're about to exercise your freedom. But when you come out in public, most of the things we do there is just to pretend. We pretend when we out there in the public, just whole lot of pretense doesn't really make much sense because we are just trying to avoid hearing from people or people. But in private, we have ability to do whatever we want to do, and that is as it goes in TBC. When you are in private company like this, you'll be able to really express yourself because the beauty things in TBC cannot be overstated. So little kids also can have access to TBC provided they are monitored by the elderly ones. So why are we afraid? I'm probably saying that TBC is not money, TBC is real money. I say real legal tender for those who believe in it and it is working wonders for them. Again, another beauty thing in the community is that TBC is like a building that is still under construction, but unlike other normal constructions, instead of using blocks and other whatsoever to build it, humans form the bricks. Yes, you and I, we are the reason why TBC is standing, and we are the reason why it has so much value that no one can really question. So when we look at the beauties in TBC, we don't want people who don't know it to talk us out of it. Look at the concept of doing what you want to do anytime you want to do it. Look at the ease of transacting. That word of Randy, I don't easily and I don't even want to forget it because that has kept me going. When you stand for something, even when you encounter problem in what you stood for, don't just run. Walk around it and see areas, see where you get it wrong, and try to ask the necessary questions that will provide you with the good or the correct answers, which will help you to keep on going and move steadily in what you're doing. And so we don't want the idea that people are the one to state for us what we want to do. TBC is a project, and as such, we have to work in promoting that project. We have to help people to see that something good never come easy. It's not just all about making money. When you understand the good things in TBC, you find out that it is go beyond the idea of having a lot of money. TBC comes with confidence. When you have TBC, it's not as if other problems will not affect you, so to say, like death or sickness or whatsoever. But to the extent possible that we could be able to help ourselves, TBC is readily available. Because with it, it's always a question, how do we do it? Not, oh, if only we could, but it's always how do we do it? The financial status of the world is really crumbling. And when you see the beauty about the TBC of not even devaluing itself or even coming down for any reason, you find reason that when you have hand in TBC, what you are doing goes a long way to be promoted, not just by yourself, but even by others who are doing the same thing you're doing. So when you join the community, you're going to see reasons why our present financial status or the financial state of the world is really something that has kept us crumbling for long. So in looking at TBC the way it is, just as the name suggests, the billion coin, it is really something that people have to think and value what they have. I noticed some certain things even while doing some few transactions recently. People don't even want to take the necessary effort and try to understand what is happening in the building, the community. They just want the money and things like that. But they have to know that TBC is a system, and for you to really benefit from a system, learn that system just like I've been saying. Try to understand it. I've had friends who kept on dragging me, say, you're wasting your time with TBC and things like that. It's not going to work. But because of my adamant, so to say, because I have stayed put, most of them now are coming back asking me, is this thing really working? But these are those people who were before now dragging me out. But when you look at whatever you're doing, the reason behind whatever you're doing is always the major thing why you want to stay put without allowing what others are saying to pull you down. So join TBC community. I'm not going to tell you that it is easy. It is not easy. And anything that is not easy shows that that thing is real. I have seen it in myself. Yes. Sometimes it's money that people pay into my account that gets me going. My major concern is you paid money into my account, you want to become part of TBC. My sense of responsibility towards you doesn't even allow me to become highly elated that you paid money and I can easily use that money to solve my immediate problems. That is not the issue. What concerns me most is how will I be able to put you through? And you really understand it. And you understand the fact that it goes beyond you paying either much or little into my account because you have heard others say what people are saying about TBC. What they are saying about TBC is right. And maybe the only area it can be wrong is that if you don't understand it, you just based on what your decision on here say. So while coming on TBC, you are highly welcome. But all I want you to understand is that TBC is a system, and especially now that the promo and every other things necessary in building the community is still very on, learn to make use of that. Stop believing on just what people say. The blog is there, and it's very vital that we learn and be able to build ourselves up in there. Because the admin have seen that though this is an idea from his mind and he brought it out, he's also backing us up by providing directions how we can do the using the day-to-day life experiences that people are encountering or that people are passing through. So I am here if you want to join TBC. You can contact me. I'm always available. My only problem is don't look at that money you are paying me as if it is too big. Look at that money you are paying me as just a commitment because when you commit something, it shows that you want to do something about it. If you put in your money, don't look at me as the one who will be managing your money and no, we are moving away from the idea of we are this, we are that, we are managing this for people. You don't manage people money. When you manage people money, you end up managing them. The real thing is try as much as you can to help people understand. Duplicate yourself in them. Help them to see that what you are doing could also be done by them. Tell them that the reason why they are coming into TBC is not just about money. They have to understand the concepts. They have to know that TBC have come to change things and they have to think change and embrace the change that TBC is giving. So if you see those who are just bent on money, before you know it, they run here, run there, run there. At the end of the day, they end up not making anything TBC. So why this company or this opportunity is still being built, is still under construction, we want to appreciate that the good thing about it that even though it's still under construction, many people are making money from that. So and any real and let me say every good TVCians shouldn't just be carried away because they are making money. Whatever they are making today is just nothing compared to what it is going to be. So any money that comes into our hand, let's just look at it as a tool. Look beyond the present money you are being given. How much compared to what you have in TBC? Can you easily even spend one TBC? What are you buying? Are you buying? So I'm encouraging people who are coming into TBC to really sit down, get to understand the concept, get to know why you are joining. Try as much as you can to ask you the necessary questions. And while asking questions, I want you to have it in the back of your mind that that person answering that question deserve consideration. You value what you have, and that is why you gave it to that person in exchange for the service going to render to you. Teaching others is such a difficult job. It's not an easy work, especially those who are hard to understand things. In this era of technology, people should learn and appreciate it that things are no longer the way it used to be. Things have really changed. And for the fact that we are moving on in this technological advancements, we want to help people to see that this is the way forward. We want to help people to understand that with the way it is currently being done, they will eventually be left behind and they will have themselves to be blamed later on. So the little or much you put into TBC, probably you may be thinking, "Ah, is this money not going to be wasted?" You're not losing it. You're not losing it. So learn how to embrace the change. Learn how to show the people the opportunity. But before you can be able to do that, I keep on emphasizing the importance of learning. When you understand the concept and know that what you are doing is great and is beautiful, and that there's no other opportunity that could be compared to what you're having with you will not allow anybody to talk you out of your newfound business opportunity, your newfound interest. I can't really express myself enough. It's just that many a times when I look at how things is happening, it goes beyond the idea of having money. Those who have money, so-called money, they are not even at peace even with themselves. But why is that the case? Because they're being dragged here and there. My uncle, my brother, my this, and that. But look at the fine opportunity being given to us by TBC admin. Go out there and share this gift. Share these gifts and help everyone to lay hand on something that will be of benefit to him or her. The little children, spread it within your family circle. Let poverty be pushed to the background. We have more than enough to go around, but people are just being greedy unnecessarily. We have more than enough to go around, but people are just using their power, people are just using their position against the downtrodden. So, with such a great idea like this, instead of calling those people who are standout scams or giving them different names, it is much, much better that we support them. And if you are still looking at TBC from afar off, I want to appeal to you, do something. Get closer to somebody who you know that is very close to you and probably into it. Don't go about asking those who don't know anything about it. Many are not yet into TBC, and greater many don't even know what it is. So whenever you are talking to them about TBC, some are calling it different scams. Some say it's Bitcoin, some say it's this, some say it's that. And that is what poverty, scarcity has programmed our minds to be. Anything that comes up and want to alleviate our present predicament, we always want to give it one nickname or bad name just to make it fall because poverty has been inscribed in our brain. Take a good example today that we meet somebody and says, "Oh, how are you?" And the person goes about, "Ah, I'm very great and there's no problem." You start looking at the person, say, "What is the problem with this person who says no problem?" I expected the person to say that Oh, we are just managing. That is acceptable answers, especially how people want it. Nobody will want to hear you, I'm great, I'm this. No, but isn't it ridiculous? You want to feel great, you want to feel fine. And doing things in the way that people will always appreciate it doesn't come easy. They don't praise you that you are doing something great. People are always looking for various angles to get what you are doing and drag it to the mud. But if you really know what you're doing, you have to run with it. Yes. I know how long I battled even before the network in my area becomes stable. But that doesn't take my joy, that doesn't take my ability, that doesn't take my excitement in TBC. Yes. I kind of speaking in low tone, even using the mic closer to my mouth because of the noise is outside there. I know that I have something important to do. And once I scheduled my slot, I've always tried as much as I can to live up to that slot. So, may we not allow people their different ideas to rule us. We know that what we have in our hand is great. Let us go out there. Let us help more people. The area, any amount, however, whichever we could be able to do. If it is through broadcasting, if it's through sharing the Kringle gift cards, if it is doing other things that moves around helping people to know the beauty things in TBC, it is worth doing. Yes, money they say is not problem, but money they say is not the solution of everything. That is why when people are being helped to understand the core TBC, they say that money is not a problem, but when you don't have money, you still keep on crying if you are cutting money. They say that money is not a problem, but when you have it much, you start having much other problems. But if you look at the concept of TBC, what it has in store for all those who want to embrace it, you will not, for any reason, doubt the possibilities of what the billion coin start to do for people. I cannot say enough time to people like Randy Wilson, people like Dan Lewis, people like Stephen Coffey, and many other ones, even admin himself or herself. Such a wonderful project need not to be played along with. Friendly marketer, it's been long I saw I have on him last, but I know he's working underground. So it's such a beauty project, such a gigantic one that no reasonable person will want to give room for doubt. Let's not go about saying what we don't know about TBC. Instead of that, let's spend that time to learn. Sometimes I wake up and when I look at my phone, I see a lot of money dropping in. I look at this money. After looking, I always shake my head. Oh, is this not money? Yes, this is money, but how can I really, how do I help these people who paid in this money to know the value of what he paid? The only source of money that I'm always a little bit happy about is from those who are in TBC, those who have understood it and they pay in order to get more. But for those coming in anew, I feel a whole lot of responsibility, responsible towards them. How do I help these people to understand it? How do I help them to know the concept that this is a great opportunity that they wouldn't want to play with? So let us go with this very mindset that TBC is a great opportunity and we will not for any reason allow those who don't know about it to discourage us. It is a building, but unlike ordinary building, humans, you and I, we are the blocks, we are the bricks, we are the one that carried it. So TBC is great. Let's do all we can to push the community forward. We are still far behind, but as we continue to make the projection and follow along in the block contents and do what is as necessary for us to do, the billion coin will soon become general tender. But for now, let's not forget the fact that We have private life, we have public life. And in private, we express ourselves more than in public. Let's stop that pretending. Let's be truthful to ourselves and promote TBC because the billion coin is great coin. So let's not allow those who don't know it to discourage us. I remain yours, one of the many voices in TBC, Amechi. Partner with me and you'll be happy you did. Thank you so much. See you next time. Bye.